Well, hello everyone out there in Periscope land. I'm a career counselor, and I've been in private practice for doing career counseling for 31 years. And tonight I have a presentation that I'm giving. So I'm going to broadcast the final run through here. And if you know people who are out of work or looking for jobs, if you want to get in touch with them and put them into my session here, I think this will be very educational and beneficial for them. Unfortunately, I can't show you the PowerPoints, but anyway, you'll hear my presentation as I practice it for my presentation tonight. So, hope you enjoy my prep. It'll give me a little feel of a live audience here in front of me, a distance audience. So that's going to be helpful too. All right, let's get started. Thank you all for coming here this evening. And I know that being out of work, it's tough, and especially it's tough during the summertime. Because you just want to go to work, but then after work and weekends, you want to go do your own thing because the weather's nice and you're off all day and you're hunting for work and you wonder if you're going to get back to work. So what I'm doing is what I'm going to do tonight is help you with looking at effective versus ineffective job hunting methods. And for most people, that's probably the problem. They're using more of the ineffective job hunting methods and less of the effective job hunting methods. At least 9 out of 10 people that I work with, this seems to be the problem. So hopefully this will help you out here. Okay, now first thing, just my commercial here. I've invented a job hunting app. It's called the Job Search Power Meter app, and what it is it's a tracker and a logger of your daily job hunting activity. So if you go to www.jobsearchpowermeter.com, you can download my app there. It's Android and it's Apple. It'll cost you $2, but if you just follow my directions, which is basically a lot of the presentation here, can't guarantee it, but it will improve your chances of getting job interviews. And you get more job interviews, that's going to improve your chance of getting a job. Okay, enough of the commercial here. All right, let's get to the agenda here. It's always best to have a plan. All right, so let's look at our agenda here. I'm going to go through the problems and the two different economies, and what's changed. And we're going to look at effective versus ineffective job search methods. And what you can do, what can you do? Well, there's things you can do. And also, we're going to talk about interview skills too. So what are the problems? Well, people say there's no jobs and no one's hiring and they're not getting any calls for job interviews and the economy is bad and the jobs are going overseas and there's too many people out of work, and what jobs are, they just don't pay or they don't have the hours. And the effects of unemployment, like I said, it's summertime, no money. Can't pay your bills, no fun. You just worry all the time and you're fearful. Am I ever going to be able to get back to work? And you lose a lot of sleep. And like I said, you can't pay your bills, you can't look for work because I don't have any money for gasoline. And you're losing your possessions too. The reasons people tell me they're unemployed, some people say I'm too old, some people say I'm too young. This too old, this too old thing. People just, I had a guy one time, Marcia, I'm too old. Well, how old are you? I'm 35. I'm just too old. My time has passed. It's an easy excuse. But anyway, I'm too young. I have too much experience. I'm overqualified. I don't have enough experience. I don't have any skills. I don't have these skills. I don't have the training. I have physical limitations. I have skeletons in my closet. All right, well, here's a different thought. Maybe it's not you. Hope this helps you. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's the way you're going about your job hunt. Well, let's take a look at this here. All right, so job hunting then versus job hunting now. Now, they say the first step in solving a problem is admitting you have a problem. So it could be the times, which we're living in different times. You know, there's good economies and bad economies. Now, I've been on this earth enough where I've been through I've been through a couple of very good economies where it was like just about everybody I was training was getting work, and I mean that's documented, verifiable. You can talk to the Holmes County Job and Family Services. You can talk to the employment source in Canton, or you could talk to the Ohio Means Jobs down in Tuscarawas County, and they'll tell you, yeah, Marshall, you know, most of the people we work with find jobs, and you know, if there's any people around back when I was doing this, they'll tell you there were times that everybody got a job with Marshall. Okay, so I mean, but there were good times. All right, so job hunting back then, which is this works during good times for what you'll see. This works for good times. But this was back then, during the good times, where people would see an ad or a posting on the internet, and they would apply for it, and they would just get a call for an interview, and then they would get the job. And that's just how I got jobs. People told me it was like, I never had trouble finding a job before. If I wanted a job, I'd just go get a job. And if I was working a job and for some reason I didn't like my supervisor, or he'd say something wrong to me, I'd just walk off the job or quit, and a couple days later I'd just find a new job and a better job. That's wonderful times. I mean, those are good times, and those happened. All right, well, what happened to them? All right, well, there's different unemployment rates. Now, the media, all you see in the media is the U3, that's the official unemployment rate, U3, and they'll tell you it's like below 5, okay? Now, there's other unemployment rates too, just as valid. There's the U5. The U3 is just people that want a job and people who want a job and are looking for a job. Okay, so out of the total of those people, there's like less than 5% unemployment rate according to the Department of Labor. All right, now then there's the U5. Okay, now these are people who want a job and are looking for a job. Plus, these are people who have stopped looking and whatever. However, they're surviving without a job, but they're not looking for a job. Okay, so that's the U5, and you see that's higher there. That's about 7%. And then there's the U6, which is higher, which is these are people who want a job and are looking for a job, and plus the people who aren't looking for a job, and these are people, part-time people who can't find a better job. Okay, so that's the U6. So there's different unemployment rates there, and you can see that's about 9. There's all kinds of statistics. You can do anything you want with statistics. All I can tell you is just know, as far as these deep dips here, this is an election year, okay? All right, just keep that in mind. So you got to wonder about anything the government puts out in an election year. All right, some characteristics of the two different economies. During the good economies, a couple times the unemployment rate was below 5, legitimately. And you heard about employers can't find people, and you heard about that fast food was paying $10 an hour, and they didn't even have to strike back then to get it. They just couldn't find people, and they were paying people college benefits too, and healthcare benefits. And there was new employee sign-on bonuses. Specifically, I think about the nursing field. There was like a couple of shortages of nursing fields, and I know about hospitals to get nurses. When you agreed to go to work there, they paid you $3,000 come aboard bonus. All right. Anyway, then what about characteristics of the bad economy? The unemployment rates 10 to 12. This is probably, I don't know. I've read as high as, the unemployment rate today could be 20%, depending on who you listen and follow to. So who really knows? Anyway, the characteristic and the problem is there's many qualified people that are unemployed, which leads to there's too much competition. And they say it's a buyer's market or employer's market. And anyway, these days, they know they can get good people at a bargain. So just a couple characteristics. All right, now, job hunting now. All right, so you see that was then, this is now. Now we're at now. Okay, so I'm going to go through this here. It sounds so easy, and then I'm going to break these down here. Okay, so you need to phone, go, or email. You need to meet people. That's the key right there. You need to meet people. Sitting at home on your computer waiting for the phone to ring is not meeting people. You need to follow up with people. And if you're phoning, going, emailing, and you're meeting people, and you're following up with people, and phoning, going, and emailing, and meeting people, and following up with people, and if you're doing that enough every day, that's your best chance of generating the job interviews, which is a lot of my app, too, just making sure you're doing these things every day. It's kind of like a fitness tracker for job hunting. All right, anyway, and then after the interview, you got to do a whole new follow-up there, too. And that's where the offers come from. All right, I'm going to start breaking these down. Now, first of all, follow up to get interviews. I mean, as soon as you meet somebody, you need to send a thank you note. You know that. And then you follow up. You follow ups in terms of weeks here. Weeks, okay? Because, you meet people and you're checking back with them. And so, I mean, you should keep a calendar, whenever you do it. I have Microsoft Outlook. That's my calendar program. Google Calendar is free, and that's a good one. There's nothing wrong with that. So anytime you meet somebody, when you're job hunting, a couple weeks into the future, you write them down, write their name down, and when you check your calendar every day, and when you get a couple weeks into the future, you stop by again, person, or call them again, or email them again. But it's in terms of weeks. And I've known people to do this, bug people every day. You do that at your own peril. I have known that to work for people. I have known a guy that just, bugged this HR person unmercifully. Like every day, a couple times a day for a job for a couple weeks, he ended up getting a job. Okay, I don't normally advise that. Okay, matter of fact, I didn't advise him to do that. There's a danger there. You can be a pest. You can bug him too much. So anyway, it worked for him. I wouldn't advise people to do that though. All right, so I think every couple weeks you should be checking back, and then maybe it starts funneling down to days. It's like, okay, we might be doing something here really soon. Okay, well, how about if I call you back in a couple days or something? And that's always good to get their permission. But you need to check back with them. All right, now let's talk about the least effective job hunting methods. Here you see the picture. How are you job hunting? I'm applying online. No, I said, how are you job hunting? I'm applying online. Yeah, because to me, applying online is not job hunting. Okay, it's applying online. But it's not job hunting. To a lot of people, that's it. That's their job hunt, and that's what they define as job hunt. But you need to do more than that. All right, now I'm going to go through the least effective methods because I have found that probably about 9 out of 10 job hunters that I work with are using the least effective methods. So maybe you're using this too. And like I said, the first step to solving a problem is identifying you have a problem. And if the problem is like, oh yeah, I do these things, then you know what to do about it. All right, so the least effective methods, applying online. That is probably the least effective method of job hunting right there. Let me tell you why that. And I know most people do this. Well, Marshall, you can't talk to these people anymore. Oh, well, I don't know about that, but we'll get to that. All right. So applying online. What's the problem here? Well, the problem is the competition. You're not the only one to see the postings, and you're not the only one to apply to the postings. I mean, they could get dozens or hundreds of other people to apply to those postings, and yours is just one of many in there. Okay, so, matter of fact, so many people apply to these jobs that are online that humans don't even do the initial screening. They have what's called keyword search software, and that's what the resume experts are all about. You got to have keywords here, and you got to have this format here. But that's what they're talking about. So they're talking about bettering your chances for probably the least effective method. Whenever you run into a resume expert talking like that, they're trying to better your chances of the least effective methodology. Okay, but anyway, use keyword search software, and the keyword search software pulls up God knows how many of the resumes. They might set it to pull up the top 5 or top 10 or something. So, I mean, you got the best resume in the world, but if you don't have the keywords in there, then the software's not going to pull it up. And then that whittles it down, and then the HR people or managers go through it from there. But there's just a lot. They can't go through and do all that. All right, anyway, filling out applications. Some people just go from place to place to fill out job applications. And, and they'll tell you it's becoming less and less where they give you the piece of paper. Usually they say just apply online, just apply online. There we are, back to that again. Or, they'll direct you over to their computer terminal and you just fill it out right there, but it's the same thing. Or you go see the government one-stop center, and fill out over there, and then you get over there and find out you could have just filled it out at home too. Okay, and dropping off resumes. People try to step it up a notch. They go, okay, well, I've already applied online. I better get out there. So they go from place to place and try to drop off resumes. And it's very discouraging, when the secretary just takes the resume and says, okay, I'll see if they get it. But again, you're just putting yourself into the resume pile. If you can even see a secretary. I mean, I've had people tell me they go into a place and there's just a sign, put resume in the box. They put their resume in the box and there's nobody at the window or anything, and then they just leave. And what good did that do? All right, anyway, then there's temp agencies. People think, okay, well, I'll just go to a temp agency. And, if temp agencies can be very helpful as long as you have the right expectation of you using these. All right, so if you go to a temp agency and your expectation is, okay, I need money, I need to pay some bills, I need to make a car payment or something. And that's the right expectation, because if they accept you as a client, first of all, because they don't accept everybody as a client, but if they accept you as a worker client and they put you out somewhere, for as long as you work, you'll get paid. And I mean, it could be, the assignment could be, a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, could be a couple years, but it's, they don't call them perm agencies. So if your expectation is just, I need to make money, then you probably have your expectation met. Now, if your expectation is, okay, I'm going to go to a temp agency but sometimes they turn into permanent full-time jobs, you're probably going to be very disappointed and very frustrated. Because I have known people that have temped for years and have never gotten in full-time. Or I've known people that have temped for like 89 days or something, and then they just, they're told by their temp rep, don't come in tomorrow, you're done here, because if they work you for 90 days, then they got to hire you, so they don't do that. But, in actuality, there is a very low temp to perm conversion. Very low. And anything I've ever read about this. And people go, oh no, Marshall, that can't be right, because on my last job, everybody we hired came through a temp agency. Yeah, but how many people didn't, apply to the temp agency for the ones that you did hire? So or how many people actually temped, but you didn't hire them all, you just hired some of them. So anyway, there's a whittling down here going on. But anyway, so expectation, I just need money. You probably have that met through a temp agency. That's, very, that's their main function. Just get us through this season, or, we've got a worker shortage, just get us through that till we pull out of that. Okay. Or we're busy, but, there's, we're going to slow down too, so we don't want to hire anybody. So they go through temp agencies. Okay. So right expectation. Wrong expectation is just, I'm going to go to a temp agency to get a permanent job. That's just, you're probably going to be very disappointed. So maybe you'll get lucky too, but maybe be disappointed. All right, then there's recruiters. We'll get to third-party recruiters. I've got a little to say about that, but that'll be coming up. And then government agencies. And about government agencies, I've worked for a number of area government agencies here, one-stop centers. I can tell you there's people who work there that think like me and talk like me, and they've got great career and employment backgrounds, or sales backgrounds, or marketing backgrounds, or business backgrounds. They know how to do this. And I could tell you that unfortunately there's some people there that working there that are supposed to help people, that if they lose their jobs, God help them, they wouldn't even know what to do to find a job, and they're supposed to help you. So anyway, I hope you run into the people that know what they're doing there. So, but you never know. All right, now that's enough of that. Let's get to solving the problems here. So we're going to talk about the most effective job hunting methods. And whatever you're doing with your job hunt, you have to be generating job interviews. No interviews, no offers. I'm going to say that again. That's the most important thing. I see somebody's joined me here. Hi there. In case you came in late, I'm a career counselor. I have to do a presentation this evening, and I'm doing my final prep work right now. And I just wanted the feel of an audience here, so that's why I put it out on Periscope. So I'm glad you're here. And if you're looking for a new job or something, I'm sure the information I have will help you. I've been the past 5 minutes currently job searching myself. All right, good. Stick around. I've been at this 31 years. I'm gonna talk about here what works and what doesn't with job hunting. Now, unfortunately, you can't see my PowerPoints here, so you're just going to get my talk. But still, I hope this helps you out here. So I'm glad. Where are you from, by the way? Not going to answer? Okay. Oh, there we go. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Thank you, sir. Okay. Stick around, Kalamazoo. All right. So I'm going to get back into my presentation prep here. All right. So, all right. Now we're going to talk about the most effective job hunting methods. Whatever you're doing with your job hunt, you've got to be generating job interviews. Reason is, no interviews, no offers. So, I've been at this 31 years. And in 31 years, and thousands and thousands and thousands of job hunters and successful job hunters that I've worked with, I can tell you of two people I know that have gotten a job sight unseen. They just one put in an application, one put in a resume, And, they just got a phone call with, okay, this resume looks good, this application looks good, when can you start? So I'm telling you, it's possible, but it's like only 2 out of thousands and thousands and thousands of people that I've worked with. Okay, so you really can't count on that. You really can't count on when that's going to happen. All right, so for all intents and purposes, you have to be generating job interviews. No interviews, no offers. All right, now here's the most effective job hunting methods. You probably heard this, but I'm going to simplify these for you. All right, there's networking, there's contact development, and there's follow-up. And that is, I mean, and there's other ones too. I'm talking about the least effective ones today. I'm talking about the most effective ones today. But these are the most effective ones. All right, networking is, you probably know about this. You put the word out to your friends and family and people you know. And a systematized way to do this is you develop a list of everybody you know, and you just work down your list there. And you need to call or go, email or see them. And you need to present your positives at this point. Okay, you don't bring your problems and you don't bring your negatives at this point. All right, so what do I mean by that? I mean, just because they're friends and family and people you know, you better use your 30-second elevator pitch, and we'll get to that shortly, and I got a formula on how to do that. But, you don't have a moment to where you go, okay, well, your friend or your family, or I've known you for 15 years, okay, my real reason is I've got this problem here. And you don't do that. You just, you're not helping yourself, okay? These people want to help you, okay? And some of them are in a position to help you. But, I mean, this just isn't the time to talk about the problems. We're talking, you're going from a personal relationship to a professional relationship. And there's a time and a way and a place and everything. And there's a time and a way and a place to bring up your problems. But when you're looking for work, this isn't the time. All right, now when is the time? I'll just get into that briefly here. But to me, the time to bring up the negatives is towards the end of the job interview. So in other words, you pack the front part of the job interview with your skills, your abilities, your educations, your positives. And if there's something the employer needs to know, because sometimes the employer, you got a problem or you got a negative, and sometimes the employer really doesn't need to know it. Okay? Now, I don't have time to go into that in the presentations here. That's what you got people here talking. Does the employer really need to know about this? Okay, but sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Now, if they need to know about this, like I said, you pack the front part of the job interview with your positives. And then, towards the end, you go, by the way, I think you need to know about this. And you just bring it up, short and sweet version. Some people just, there's a difference between being honest and being too honest, okay? I'm all for honesty, okay? I'm all against being too honest, okay? So just, tell the truth, but keep it short and sweet. Sometimes, there comes a point where you're okay, but then you cross over into you're not okay. Just by keep talking, you shoot yourself in the foot. All right, so anyway, but we don't have time to get into that today. But anyway, and then after you're done with that, you better bring up more positives with, okay, well, that was that. Here's what I've learned from that, and I'll never do that again. And I learned a hard lesson like that. And here's what I've learned. And that's kind of how you handle the positives. All right, so that's networking. Just putting a word out and being positive around people, Now, probably sitting here in front of me, there's people who are going, okay, but Marshall, I have gone to all my friends and family and people I know the first couple of weeks, and here I am a year unemployed, or a year and a half unemployed. I still can't find a job, but, none of my friends and family have helped me. And, all my friends and family and people I know, they're all out of work too. Okay, I understand that. All right, so we move on. All right, now, you professionals out there, this works really well to get the networking going. You need to be involved and join a professional association. Now, a professional association is like a club. It's like a club where there are people in your profession, in your career field, and you need to Google your career field, like engineering if you're an out-of-work engineer, or, secretary if you're an out-of-work secretary, or social worker or factory worker, whatever. Google that profession, and, see if there's any professional associations within your area and location, and check them out. Check out their websites. Make sure they're what you're looking for. And you're looking for something that meets at least once a month. Okay, I've known people, I belong to a professional association. Okay, well, how often do they meet? And they go, I get a once a month email newsletter. I get I get a quarterly magazine in the mail, and we have a once a year national conference. Well, you can do a lot of great networking in a national conference, don't get me wrong, but you really need to meet more frequently than that, just once a year, for this to have any kind of effectiveness. I belonged to the Kiwanis Club years ago. We used to meet once a week. I belonged to the SHRM chapter, Society for Human Resource Management, and we used to meet once a month. So, things are, the Lions Club, it is best to go with a professional association directly related to your field. That's your best chance of getting a job. There are other great community service organizations, just locally. Your Lions Club, your Kiwanis Club, your Rotary, Chamber of Commerce. Those are good. Oh, wait a minute. Ask your question again. I just missed that. Ask your question again. Throw that up here again. See, you're helping me prep here. Kalamazoo, you're helping me prep. You're asking questions. Good. You're only 19. I caught that. Okay, what do you suggest I do as far as joining a group or association? That would depend on, are you going to college? Just type in there, text me yes or no. I'm in school with no particular field. Okay, well, you need to get some guidance, and you need to figure out a field, first of all. Okay, that's the first thing. You need a goal. You need a goal out of this. Now, make sure, my suggestion is you want to get into something that you really want to do. I don't know if you're business administration, but, good. Yeah, okay, fine. Business. If you're in school and you're in business administration, what I'm talking about now for professional association is great. You can join these local ones. You can join your local Kalamazoo Rotary or Lions Club or whatever. But there's other professionals. I would prefer the professional associations, okay? But if you can't really find any of those, then the local community service ones would be Plan B, okay? But now you're 19. And I'm assuming, whenever I work with college students, the problem they have is they look young, okay, when they try to make business contacts or get into the business world. So you join the Lions Club or the Rotary or whatever you have around there, or Chamber of Commerce, or find a professional association, business management, business administration association, whatever you have around there. But you're 19. Now, it's summertime. You can get away with wearing khakis and shirt and tie. You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to do that. Shirt and tie. Because you're 19 and you're young, and that's going to play against you. But if you go in with a tie on, and I'm assuming you're a guy, but if you're a lady, a young lady, then you got to look, yes, you're a guy. Okay, yeah. So put a tie on, but you're going to look mature, young. That's what you want. Okay, I got a mature young person here. That's the impression you want to make. So, but I will tell you, these organizations, they love young people and they love college students. And they offer special student rates for dues, okay? They might only charge you like $15 to join for the year or something because, you're a young college student or something. They just think, you're a starving student or something, so they try to cut you some slack. Okay, but okay, so now listen to the rest of my presentation, though. I'm going to tell you where joining these associations go. Oh, by the way, and I wasn't going to get into this in my presentation, but these students that I work with, they all say, well, I can't get a job because I don't have any experience, but how are you supposed to get the experience if you can't get a job? See, it goes round and round like that. All right, now what I'm talking about here is how you get the experience. This is how you get the experience. Okay, exactly what I'm talking about. This stuff, join a professional association and get involved in it counts for experience. It does. When you talking to employers or you go to job interviews and they go, well, do you have any experience? Most people your age, no, I'm just in school. See, that's a bad answer. Don't say that. All right, now, but, if do you have any experience? Right. You got that right. Okay. All right, but if they go, do you have any experience? And you say, well, I'm in school, but for the last 3 months, I've been a member of the Lions Club, and these are some of the business leaders that are in the Lions Club, and I have joined this committee, and here's my committee duties, and here's some of the presentations and programs that some of the speakers that we've had there at the Lions Club meetings or Chamber of Commerce meetings or whatever it is. That employer will take that for experience, entry-level experience. That counts. That needs to go on your resume. All right, so that's for you. That's not the audience. I'm not talking to college students tonight. I'm talking to dislocated workers or, like middle-aged people and such. Okay, so I wasn't going to get into the college student aspect of it. But anyway, the rest of this is applicable to you. I don't know if you came in when I was talking about the main problem is the competition. Your main problem is the competition. Yes or no? Did you hear me talking about that? No. Okay. Yeah. See, the main problem is there's too many people like you out there looking for work. You read statistics about like 50% of college grads can't find jobs. The main reason for that is the competition. There's too many of you out there looking for jobs, okay? Now, 9 out of 10 people just go online, go on the internet, and apply online. And that's a very low percentage way of job hunting. Why? They're not around people. They're just not around people, okay? But, you join this association and you do that, just that. That's all you apply. I'm not saying don't apply online. If you see something good, apply online. But if you join a professional association or a community service organization, you will actually be getting ahead of those other college students that are out there looking for work. Okay? That's going to put you ahead of your competition when it comes to these jobs. Understood? All right, good job. All right, I'm going to get on with the rest of my presentation here, but this will be applicable to you. Okay, so you're looking for a place that meets at least once a month. Contact the membership chair, and tell them that, I want to join your club or association or whatever. And they'll invite you to the meeting, and then you go to the meeting and you introduce yourself. Now, this is very important. Everybody you meet at these associations, meetings, you ask them for their business cards. You introduce yourself, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm so-and-so. What do you do? And what do you do? I'm a college student or whatever. Oh, okay, well, can I have your business card, please? Now, get the cards. Now, if they're good business people, sometimes they'll tell you I'm out of cards. I gave them all out. Or I left the cards at the office or something, Anyway, take a pen and a notepad with you and say, oh, well, I'm really thinking about joining this association here, and I'd like to get to know people. Could you write your name and your email address down here for me? All right, now, anyway, when you get home that night, you got to follow up with them. Email everybody from those cards. Am I ahead of myself here? No, I'm good. Okay, yeah. But email everybody from those cards. Send them a short email. It was very nice to meet you. I enjoyed the meeting and the presentation. I look forward to seeing you next time. Just short and sweet like that. You'd be amazed. Next time you show up at the meeting, somebody goes, oh, I remember you. You're new here. And yeah, I got your email right after the meeting. And here, why don't you sit with me here tonight? That's how you get the business relationships going. That's how you get the networking going. All right, so anyway, get the cards. Yeah, so follow up with them like that. And you need a job hunting business card. You need your own card to pass out. And I'm going to get into that in just a second here, or a couple minutes here. All right, so join the professional associations. Be active. Join a committee. It's who you know. It's who you know. Great. Yeah, well, yeah, when it comes to business world, it's who you know. Yeah, I've known people to break into the business world from outside, but they got to be awful lucky, right place, right time, things like that. This is the slow but sure method. You just got to make your contacts and prove yourself to them. All right, so join the association, be active in it, join a committee, get on a committee. All right, now when you go there, don't be hard sell about looking for work. I've known people, that were looking for work or trying to increase their business, and, they join these things, and they just, the first meeting they show up and they're talking about everybody passing out cards, and it's like, oh, if you need this, see me. If you need this, see me. And, they don't get any business that week, so they don't come back. You could tell they were just there, they didn't care about what the mission of the association or anything, or the career field or whatever. They were just there trying to get business. Okay, and they didn't come back. All right. But anyway, so don't be hard sell. I've never told anybody to be hard sell about looking for a job, but don't be shy about telling people, though. If they ask you, what do you do? Tell them, I'm looking, in your case, for a manager job, assistant manager job, things like that. I want to make this a career. All right. Now, you need a 30-second elevator pitch. You need this. Okay. And I'm going to get into a formula here on how to do this in just a second or two. All right, but anyway, join these professional associations. At least it's good career development. It's always good to know what's going on in the career field. And, it's always good to have contacts. Wait a minute, I got to fix a PowerPoint here, so it just reminded me of something. Resume enhancement. There we go. Okay. Another reason, at least, it's just resume enhancement. This should be on your resume. All right, but at the most, jobs can come your way. If you join, if you're active, if you're showing up every time, if you're helping out in a committee, if you hold an office, people have their eyes on you. People, and it's like if you have soft sell, put the word out that you're looking. Don't be surprised. Sooner or later, somebody comes up to you and says, you know what, I like you. You're a hard worker. I've had my eye on you. We have an opening over at my place. Why don't you give me your resume? I'll see what I can do. Things like that happen. You're just bettering your chances of things like that happening. All right, contact development. Other kinds of contact development. There's cold calling. There's warm calling. You do this either in person or on the phone or email or Skype or whatever. And make sure you follow up. Now, I'm going to talk about the different kinds of recruiters here because people ask me about this. Okay, so there's two different kinds of recruiters. There is third-party recruiters and there's company recruiters. Now, it's kind of questionable to me how much third-party recruiters can help you. And you have a better chance of company recruiters helping you. All right, so let me explain these here. So, let's talk about the third-party recruiter. These are the ones that people usually refer to. They call it, well, I'm working with a recruiter is what people say to me. Okay, now you have to understand what they are and what they're not. They're a contract firm or a contract person. In other words, a company wants to hire someone, and for whatever reason, they don't have the people or money or resources to do the proper search. It's usually a very hard to fill position. So they will contract with a recruiting company, and they work on commission. I don't know, it could be 10% or 20% or something. I know in sports, agents can get like 30% or something. But they work on commission. So, and they can really only help you if they have a work order from a company. In other words, they have to have a contract from the company. And if they don't, I've known where they're open to talking. I mean, they'll take you to breakfast, buy breakfast, take you to lunch, but they just do it in terms of future possibilities in case something comes to their desk. But other than that, you go into the resume file with them because they don't have an active work order for you. And the competition has gravitated there. A lot of people, they don't know how to job hunt like I'm talking about here. So they just, okay, I need somebody else to do my job hunt for me. I'll just go to a recruiter. All right, so anyway, they're called recruiters. They're called headhunters. All right, now, kind of questionable, how much they can help you. If you approach a recruiter or if LinkedIn, a recruiter approaches you, first thing I would ask them is, do you have a work order? Is that why you're talking to me? Hopefully they say yes. And then, I'll talk to them. It's not going to cost you any money. It's going to cost the company money and the recruiter's commission if they end up hiring you, but it's not going to cost you money. But, if they go, no, I don't have a work order. If you want to talk to them and meet them for a cup of coffee or something, why not? But it's just kind of, in the realm of, it never hurts, to put yourself out there and talk to people. I guess I would go ahead and do it, but just expectation-wise, it's like if they don't have a work order, it's kind of questionable how much they can help you. All right, now there's company recruiters, and they work for the company. They work directly for the companies. And, their salary is they work for the company, so they get paid from the company. And it is their job to scout out new talent and the best talent and bring that into the company. Okay, so they're kind of like the scouts in professional sports. You have more of a chance of back and forth communication when you're dealing with the company recruiters. Now, there's less competition. Less of your competition is looking for the company recruiters. Okay, but if you go to LinkedIn and look, their job titles, their job titles are talent acquisition or human resources. All right, and contacting them, to find them, use LinkedIn, use the advanced search option in LinkedIn, and just for the job title, use recruiters and your geographic location and your zip code, and it'll call up all these recruiters. Just discern third-party recruiters from the company recruiters. Like if you see something, for example, from Robert Half and Associates, that's a third-party recruiter, a very prestigious firm, but a third-party recruiter. Okay, but meanwhile, if you find like IBM or something, and you find their recruiter or talent acquisition, that's a company recruiter. And sometimes they have their contact information, sometimes they don't. If they don't, you need to figure out the email address. And by the way, you can take a shot at calling them too. All right, moving on here. Anytime you get your chance with people, don't ask them if they're hiring. That's the first thing job hunters say. Are you hiring? And they're all going to say no. So don't ask them if they're hiring. Okay, but, here's some good things to ask them. I know head them off at the pass. Say, well, okay, look, I know you're not hiring, but when might you be doing some hiring? Or what do you look for when you are hiring? Or what skills and training or education would be important if you were hiring? Now, those are good questions. It's a better way to phrase it. As far as interview skills and contacting, I mean, be early, not too early. I mean, 10, 15 minutes, that's it. Don't go there an hour before, a half hour before, and just expect them to drop everything. I don't like that either. If I have an appointment with you, show up on time, show up a little early, but don't show up an hour before, a half hour before with, oh, well, can you take me early or something? That looks bad to employers. Sit in the car, whatever, prep for the meeting, but I mean, just wait 10, 15 minutes ahead of time. All right, be early, look nice, smell nice, act positive, act professional too, talk positive, and do your homework. Do your homework. Okay, now you need to start off with a 30-second elevator pitch, your sales pitch. Now, here's the formula. Oh, good, somebody else joined. Okay, where are you from? Well, okay. For the other person that joined, I'm a career counselor. My name's Marshall, and I've been doing career counseling for 31 years. I've got a presentation tonight, and I'm just doing my final run-through prep here right now, and I thought it would help me if I did this in front of a live audience, so I appreciate you being here. If you know any unemployed people, give them a call and put them into this Periscope, and maybe it'll help them. Okay, but anyway, and if you're not looking for work and you're going to leave us, that's fine too. But anyway, I'm going to move on with my prep here, down to one. Okay, it's you and me, Kalamazoo. All right, anyway, 30-second pitch. All right, sometimes this is important. Take some notes on this. You take some notes on this. You taking notes? Tell me yes or no. Give me a second. Okay. I will give you a couple seconds. Let me know when you got your pen and paper there. Ready? Okay, good. By the way, the presentation I'm doing is at my SlideShare site. You can see the PowerPoints for reminder. So you want to go to slideshare.net/Marshall Karp, MarshallKarp. All right, so just you can look at all my slides, all these PowerPoint presentations, slides. Matter of fact, I should put that in my presentation here. I'm gonna just give me a second here myself. That's why I'm doing this prepping here. SlideShare. Spell your name again. MarshallKarp. Okay. Let's push on here. I'm almost done here. I only got a couple more slides. All right, the 30-second elevator pitch, sometimes called, it's a 30-second pitch, sometimes called the elevator pitch, whatever. Okay, 30 seconds. You got to have something to say that's important stuff ready. Just right at your fingertips, right at the tip of your tongue as soon as somebody asks you, tell me about yourself or something. You go to these association meetings or club meetings, and they go, what do? You give this 30-second pitch. You go into a job interview, you give this 30-second pitch. You call somebody up about a job, you give this 30-second pitch. You go to your friends and family, I'm looking for work. If you hear something, get back to me. What are you looking for? You give your 30-second pitch. Oh, okay. I'm a career counselor. I've been in private practice now for 31 years. I do career counseling, career testing, and job search skills training. I have a master's degree in counseling from Walsh College. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology from Edinburgh State University. I have helped thousands and thousands of area job hunters to find jobs. I'm very good with interview skills, contact development, networking, follow-up, and I'm also very good, excellent with presenting these. Okay, so that's kind of my 30-second pitch there. It's a good question, though. You caught me off guard. All right, but fantastic. All right, well, you get the idea. You get the idea. All right, so if you go to SlideShare, you'll get the formula here. Just find the slide for 30-second pitch. All right, back to my prep here. All right, so 45 seconds tops. Now, for the last 4 years, 4 years, whatever, 3 years, I think, it's 4 years. I have been doing distance career counseling with the University of Phoenix. So they send me students and alumni, and I work with them on these things, okay? But part of the career counseling I'm doing with them is working with these students and alumni's 30-second elevator pitches, just to make sure they get this. Now, I can tell you, all of you, that I have probably critiqued around 500 of these elevator pitches, okay? So I think I know what I'm talking about here when it comes to the formula. All right, so anyway, you want to lead off with the job you're looking for, position of interest. And then the years and months of experience, you got to make it quantifiable. All right, now hopefully it's actual experience. Could be related experience. Like if you join these associations or you're going to school. All right, so like if you got a year of school, and let's say you join an association and you've been there a couple months. So your years and months of experience in the field would be, you have over a year of education-related and professional association experience. That's going to be your experience statement. All right, and then so you give your education after that. Okay, I'm working on a MBA here, whatever. Some skills that relate to the position. What are you good at? Some personality traits. But yeah, it's all got to point to the position of interest. It's got to be focused. So you may have a couple different cards, or you may have a couple different elevator speeches. Oh, by the way, too, this should be your job hunting business card. You should use these. It just occurred to me here. I'm going to add this into my presentation. Business card. Okay, so you can make cards. Don't handwrite them. Print these out and look nice. 3x5 cards. Get 3x5 cards. Print these out. So you have these with your resume too. So you ask somebody for their business card, they give you their card, and you give somebody your card, which is a little note index card, 3x5 card, and you've got all this information on it. But it's the same as your elevator pitch. All right, anyway, so, getting ahead of the competition, your competition doesn't have 30-second elevator pitches, most of them. And your competition doesn't have job hunting business cards, most of them. All right, anyway. Typical interview questions. Why are you here? What was your last job? Okay, and what are some things that I should have on my business card? This 30-second elevator pitch. The 30-second, so, it's got to come out of your mouth, but you got to have it on a 3x5 card. Print it out. Look nice. Look nice. You can get index cards at Office Max or Staples or whatever, Office Depot, whatever you have around there. Go buy a pack of cards and just run through your inkjet printer, laser printer, whatever, run through. If you're allowed to use a school facility for that, fine. But, yeah, so you should be your position of interest, your experience, just keywords about position of interest. Okay, I'm looking for assistant manager position. I've got over 1 year of education and professional association experience. I'm working on my MBA at this school. here's some of my skills and here's some of my personality traits. I'm reliable, dependable, and honest, enthusiastic. There's personality. Okay, so that's should be on your card. I've known for Vistaprint, you can get 250 business cards made for like $10 or something. I've known job hunters do. You don't have a lot of room on there though, and so put on there what you can, but you got to have your contact information. Difference with the card is, you got to have your name and you got to have your phone number on there too, so they can get a hold of you. I better put that on here too. Name and number / email. Okay. All right, good thing I'm prepping here. There's some last minute stuff. That's why I run through it before I do this here. All right, you got that with the cards? What's your name, by the way? Got that with the cards, yes. What's your name? Sydney. All right, Sydney, I'm glad you're here with me. You got a LinkedIn account? Okay, glad to be here. Fine. No, I don't. You need to do that too. Write that on your list. You need a LinkedIn account. Now, just Google or look up YouTube videos how to set up a profile. All right, but you're going to need that. And that's kind of your online resume. So whatever you have on your real resume, just copy and paste it over into your LinkedIn profile. Anyway, Sydney, point is, when you get your LinkedIn account set up, look me up, Marshall Karp, Career Counselor. I should be like the first one that comes up or something in the search. And then just connect with me. Okay? All right, so keep in touch with me that way. All right, where am I at here? Okay, interview questions, salary questions. All right. All right, let's talk about salary here. People ask me these salary questions. Really best to wait until you have the offer. I mean, think about it. What good is knowing how much the salary is if they give it to somebody else, and the benefits if they give it to somebody else? It doesn't do you any good. So it's really best to wait until you get the offer, call, or email, with, okay, we're going to hire you. And you go, oh, that's wonderful. Now, before I accept your offer, could you tell me what the pay and benefits are? So that's the best way to do it if you can do it. All right, sometimes that happens. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's in the posting, and sometimes they bring it up right away. I know that. But sometimes they don't. And if they don't bring it up, then just you don't bring it up. And just wait. Be patient. Wait till you get the offer. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Then you can take it or you can decline it. And that's not enough for me. It's like, yeah, but I went all through all this interview thing and everything. Hey, there's an old job hunting saying, never turn down an opportunity for a job interview. It's just good practice. So that might be the worst that comes out of this. You got interview practice. But the best is, could be a good offer. Take it. All right. Now, if you can't wait, I have asked employers about this down through the years because I'm curious about this. And most of them, the consensus, not all of them, but the consensus is if you really can't wait, you really want to know what the salary is, it is okay with most of the employers I've asked, if you ask towards the end of the job interview, could you tell me what the pay and benefits are? So the whole job interview, you're telling them your positives and skills and abilities and education and everything in good points. And then you get to the end and you ask some questions. You should ask some questions. I don't have time to get into that, but all right. And then they go, do you have any other questions for me? Now, your last question could be, could you tell me what the pay and benefits are? Most employers I've talked to say they expect that. So, all right. So you could do that. You could wait till the end of the job interview. Okay. Now, there's two other strategies here when it comes to doing this right, though. And it's like there's a camp of give a salary figure if you're asked. People go, well, what if you're asked about it? Okay. There's two strategies to do. One is give a figure. One is don't give a figure. Okay, and both of them are legitimate strategies. Both of them, you could go. You just got to pick one, but both of them are legitimate. They're job hunting experts and people who say don't give a figure. Just like, well, why? I just want to talk about my good points, what I could bring to your company in this position, and why we could discuss salary later. I mean, there's people that they'll duck that, and that's legitimate. That's a legitimate strategy for negotiation. Okay. Or there's just, on the other hand, there's people that just, when they're asked, okay, how much pay are you looking for? They tell them a figure. Now, so you have to decide which way you want to go. All right. Now, my thinking is, if you're going to give a figure, give a range. All right. Just don't give a flat figure. My thinking is, give a range. Okay, I'm looking for something between here and here. And your range is, what's the most you could realistically hope for? That's the top end. Versus what's the least you could comfortably live on. That's your bottom end. All right, there's your range. Okay. All right, so you can research that on the internet, what you're doing there. All right, and then just follow up. I mean, through email, through letters, through, just your card. Just check back. Always ask, when should I check back with you? And this is after the interview, and your follow up could be in terms of days. Okay, so like before the interview, just trying to get an interview, your follow-up, I mentioned earlier, is in terms of weeks. Just stand with them. Now, after the interview, you want to check back with them. Now, it's like, okay, well, today's Monday. Would it be all right if, when do you think I should check back with you? Well, I hope, man, I wish I would have met you before my interview. Oh, you had an interview last week? Well, just get back to them. Get back to them today. That's not too late. Just, what'd you interview for? Is that a warehouse shipping position in a boat dealership? Okay. If they haven't hired someone, give them a call today. And say, I interviewed you from last week. I haven't heard anything. Have you made a decision yet? Don't wait for them to call you. Okay. Fortunately, if they hired somebody, then you got to go get another interview. Okay, but hopefully they haven't hired anybody yet. Hopefully maybe they're still interviewing. Okay, you're right. All right, good. So when you connect with me on LinkedIn, let me know how that turns out. You can message me there. Okay, so anyway. All right, so yeah, check back with them. But your follow-ups in terms of days now. It's like, okay, well, what's today? Monday? Well, we want to have our decision made by Friday. Okay, well, just say, is it okay if I call you back Friday? See what you decided. Okay, fine. And put that on your calendar and make sure you call them back Friday. Now, if you get voicemail, leave a message that you called. If you get voicemail, leave a message that you called. And then, so if you don't hear back from them Friday, call them again Monday and call them again Tuesday. All right, hopefully they're not in go-away mode. Go-away mode is you don't hear back from them, period, and they just want you to go away. So hopefully they're not like that. All right, so follow up with them. All right, don't take, well, we'll call you. We'll call you. And it's like, I really do tell them, I really do want this job, but I'm really busy looking for a job. I wouldn't want to miss your call or anything. It'd really be better if I called you. Would it be okay if I called you Friday? Something like that. So, but anyway, just call. If you don't get them, leave a message. Now, it is a good sign if you call and you leave a voicemail message, or you can email them too. But it's a good sign if you hear back from them. Things are taking a little longer than we thought, but we'll get back to you. That's a good sign. I'm telling you, that's a good sign if you hear back from them. Okay, that means you're still in the running, probably. Okay, but if you're leaving voicemails or you're emailing them, and okay, Friday you sent something, Monday you sent something, Tuesday you sent something, I'd start backing it down after that. I might wait till Thursday or Friday and send something. Now, sometimes they're legitimately busy. Okay, sometimes, they're just, something came up or they're got called out of town unexpected or a family situation or whatever. And you still might hear from them like a week or two later. Just because you don't hear from them means it's over. Hopefully, it's just they'll get back to you. As long as you hear back from them, it's always a good sign. Oh, sorry, I had some personal family things come up. We're still evaluating candidates. That's okay. You're still in the running. It's a bad sign if, you just, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, you backed it off. You're still emailing them or voicemailing them every couple days, but you're not hearing anything. That's not a good sign. They might be in go-away mode. All right, anyway. All right, so bottom line, keep going. The magic will happen. As long as you keep going, the magic will happen. So don't quit. Don't give up. Don't surrender. Got that from Galaxy Quest. Never give up. Never surrender. Keep trying. And just take things one day at a time, one step at a time, one thing at a time. All right, and good luck. I know you can do this, and I'll take any questions here. All right, Sydney, you got any other questions? Anything else I can help you with? Sydney's gone. Okay. Oh, Sydney's back. Got any other questions, Sydney? I can help you with. Where are you from? Oh, I'm here in Massillon, Ohio, which is next to Canton, Ohio, where the Football Hall of Fame is. All right. Hey, Sydney, I'm glad you watched me. You really helped me with my prep. You did, because like when I'm doing this for real, I get audience participation and questions, and it was good for me to get it, to stop and have to deal, with things like that. Thank you very much. All right. So, good luck to you. I hope you get that warehouse associate job. Very easy to understand. That's what I try. Well, I've been doing this a long time. I just try to make it very easy to understand. But I hope you get the job. And anyway, like I said, you have a LinkedIn profile and look me up, Marshall Karp. They're a career counselor on LinkedIn. And just connect with me and keep in touch with me. All right. Anyway, hope you have a good day. I got to go pick up my scuba tank. So, thank you for joining me. You really helped me.